and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and welcome back to another one. And behind me today, we've got the 2021 Toyota Hilux Rogue. So what do you guys reckon? Alright, but before we get into that, I just want to do a shout out to Brian Hilton Toyota, who were nice enough to let me have a look at this vehicle today, and I'll leave their contact details down below. Alright, so let's get started at the front here. So at the front here, you've got a bit of black trim around the grille there, some bit of chrome, the big Toyota badge. And that would be where the front camera would normally go. Brian Hilton have actually fitted a black nudge bar, and you can see the camera is mounted just there. They've also fitted a bonnet protector as well. And have a look at the lights. Interesting looking how they've got these pop out bits there. And then further down you have your driving lights and sensors as well. Alright, so what do you guys reckon of the Rogue? Have you got one? Have you got the SR5 or a lower spec model? Are you interested in upgrading to this one? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so the Rogue runs 18-inch alloy wheels and Dunlop tyres, and I think they do a really good job of road holding and low noise, and also for some light off-roading as well. Alright, there's an interesting sort of trim piece here over the fender there. You can see it's you've also got another camera there as well, and Brian Hilton have fitted some weather shields as well to this one, and you've got the chunky side step there as well. So you got this sailplane part that I think completes the look of the Hilux, because I always thought that it had actually needed something to complete it. So you've got the little Rogue badge there, that's pretty cool, in this sailplane. And if we come around to the back, you can see you've got the Hilux name there, Toyota, and you've got Rogue there as well. Now look at these lights, they're like a 3D, they sort of stick out a little bit, like a 3D moulding or something. Pretty, I don't mind it actually, quite interesting. And then you've got your sensors on the bumper, and you do have down here the tow bar, which the car can tow 3.5 tons, and you can see the reverse camera up there. There's also some recovery points left and right, which are been put on the vehicle as an option as well. Alright, now we do have a hard cover, or lockable hard cover on the Rogue. So I'll just open this up. Now you actually don't need to, I can let that go. It's good, the struts are quite nice. You can see it's carpeted here, and it is velcroed on, if you have a look. So, if you have a look over here, you've got 2 buttons. And you've also got that on the other side as well. So if I push that button there, the roller opens, so it's quite nice. And then inside it's fully carpeted, and again it's only velcroed on, so if you wanted to use it as a work car you can. You've got LED light there, and you've got another LED light there as well, which is really nice. You've also got a 12-volt plug there. You've got some tie down points there and there. And yeah, it's other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So I'll just push that button there, and you'll see the roller will shut. Alright, so I'll just close this up. Oh, that is heavy. I will say that is heavy, that back part. Alright guys, let's go and have a look inside. Alright, so look inside the Rogue. So, door trim wise, you got hard plastics up the top here, nice trim piece there. Under here in this little space there's actually a bit of ambient lighting. You can't see it at the moment, but I'll show you that shortly. Nice leather armrest with some stitching. You got your window and mirror switches there, as well as a nice speaker and some bottle pocket space and door pocket space there as well. So the Toyota kick panel there. And then you've got this one has the Hilux rubber mats, which are optional. You can also get the carpet mats as well. So full leather interior, you have the power functions for the driver. Alright, let's jump in and have a look. Now I just want to show you this on the dash. That's cool. Little Hilux drives up and then the word Hilux. That's really cool. So the trim wise, it's another hard plastic sort of around the dash. Here you do have a nice JBL speaker up there, and you've also got one on that side as well as a tweeter just here, and the same on the other side. Alright, so nice ventilation there that's built into the dash. That's quite nice looking. You have your start stop button on this side, and then further down you have a few buttons there. You have idle up, you can turn your parking sensors off. You can view the 360-degree camera, or you've got your DPF button, which you shouldn't really need to use. And further down you have the engine and fuel release there. Alright, so steering wheel. Steering wheel's okay. You have your audio controls and fan controls on this side, and you have your menu controls on the dash on this side, and you've also got your cruise control down here as well. So speaking of the menus, the dashboard here, if we go through a couple of things, we have the digital speedo on, but you can choose your litres per 100, driving range, the eco indicator, so you can see how good you are at being an eco driver. Fuel savings, fuel economy, things like that, and the digital speedo. So you do have the compass as well. The audio is currently off. You have your safety features, you can turn them on, messages, and you have settings as well. And you get a range of different settings there, safety features that you can turn on and off. Alright, so we'll just go back to that. Alrighty, now I like the way the speedo and tacho is set up actually. They're quite nice, easy to read dials. Alright, so we also have auto headlights, which is another nice feature, and your wiper stalk on that side. Okay, so if we go to the media center, now this is the JBL media center. If I get a menu there, you've got navigation there, which we'll have a quick look at, and that's pretty easy to use, pretty straightforward. We've also got your audio, your phone controls, your apps. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it has a range of features you can customize to yourself. Alright, so further down here we do have your dual zone climate control, as you can see, which is nice. You've got a couple of extra buttons there as well. Further down again you have a couple of 12 volt 120 watt power supplies there. You do have a USB. You also have seat heaters for the left and the right. That's quite nice. You got your downhill control, traction control off, and you can lock the rear diff as well. Up here you have your high 2. If I put into high 4, you can see it flashes on the dash, and now we're in high 4. If I push that in, turn it to 4 low, we can go into 4 low there. So I won't worry about it for now, we'll just leave it in 2 high. Further down here you can put your phone there as well if you like, or store something in there. You've got 2 cup holders there. You have your eco and power modes, they come up on the dash there. If you can see, eco off, or power off. So we'll have a look at those a bit later. The gear selector, 6-speed. If I put the car in reverse, the lines do move again, which is a really nice feature. Then you have your sports mode as well if you want to change gear yourself. So you do have a proper handbrake, another little bit of storage there, and this is really soft. I must say I'm very impressed with the softness here. And you do have a 220 volt AC 100 watt power point there as well. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's jump in the back and have a look in the back. Alright, just gonna have a look in the back of the Rogue. Okay, so similar sort of thing to the front. You have the hard plastics, you have this nice trim piece here, and under here is actually some mood lighting, which we'll have a look at in just a minute. And you've got leather and stitching there, and your window switch, and you do have door pockets down there with a speaker. So you've got the rubber floor mat in the back as well, and you can actually get that in a carpet if you wish. Again, full leather seats. You have your ISO fixed spots there, there, and there, and there. Now I just wanted to show you, see how there's the blue, you can see that blue tinge on the door. Well, that's actually from, like, it's like a mood lighting sort of thing. It's a little LED light that's up in there, and I think it actually looks really cool, and it sets the Hilux up really well. So before we jump in, I just wanted to show you, if you lift that up, you can actually get to the jack and breakdown details there as well. So yeah, alright, let's jump in and have a look. Alright, so first of all, I'm 6'1" or 185 centimeters, and as you can see I do have headroom, which is pretty good. Knee room, as this is set up for me, knee room is pretty much touching it, and foot room there's a little bit. So yeah, so in the middle here guys, we do have ventilation. Again, it's a really nice thing to have in Australian conditions, as it gets really hot. There unfortunately isn't any USB or power supplies there, but you can make use of ones from in the front. So you do have pocket space there. You have a 4 kilo hanger there, up to max 4 kilos, which is, yeah. Alright, what do we got here? We do have a nice armrest, really comfy actually, and you've got 2 cup holders there as well. And the have a look at the roof lining. The roof lining is not bad at all. Alright guys, let's go and have a look what's under the bonnet. Alright guys, let's have a look under the bonnet of the Rogue. So here we've got a 2.8 litre turbo diesel engine, and it produces 150 kilowatts of power and 500 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Alright guys, let's go for a drive. Alright guys, gonna go for a little drive in the Rogue to see what I think. So about a year and a half ago I did a review on the SR5, and I actually wasn't very impressed with it, as the ride comfort was really bad. It was I was going over bumps and I was sort of struggling to talk into the camera. So I've been told that the Rogue is a little bit nicer to when driving. So let's go and have a drive and see how it goes. So first impressions, the seating. The seating's actually quite nice, quite comfortable. And obviously, like in my position, I've got a lot of view, so it's really good. The vision out the front is really good. Even on the passenger side, it's great. Vision out the back is actually pretty good for a ute, even if you got tall people in the back. Vision out the sides, I think, is quite good. You've got vision all the way back, which I think is a really good thing, and the same on this side. And the mirrors do a really good job. They're wide, they're not too tall, they're nice and wide, and they're big enough for this vehicle. Alright, so how does it go with this 150 kilowatt engine? Let's have a look. Yeah, wow, it certainly gets up and goes for a ute of this with this sort of weight in it. So it's yeah, it feels very nice. It's got the 500 newton meters, pull it along really well. You can sort of tell as soon as it changes gear from first to second, it really gets you going. So the steering on this one is actually reasonably light, guys. You can sort of drive it one-handed, obviously safe with two. But it's feels very light for a car of this size, which is, I think, is another good thing. And speaking of how it goes on the road, I've chosen a bumpy sort of a road. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll try and see if it's soaking up most of the bumps. Now it still is a little bumpy, but it's nicer than the SR5, I'm finding it. So it seems to be a lot more comfy, and it does soak up the bumps a little bit better. So I quite like the Rogue, actually. It's quite a nice vehicle to drive. Lightweight, it's got a lot of power. And I like it because it looks pretty cool from the outside. And it's spacious. Like you can see, I'm 6'1" or 185 centimeters, and I fit in this very well, even width-wise. You know, I'm not the smallest person, but I fit in it quite well. And yeah, it's quite a nice vehicle to drive. I could definitely see myself driving something like this or one of these, even though around $75,000 is a lot of money for this. Yeah, sort of thing. So I think if this was probably a bit cheaper, maybe 10 grand cheaper, it'd probably be something that I would be more interested in getting. But yeah, little things like this media center. Now it's JBL's media center, or partnered up with Toyota, but it still is that same Toyota design. I've never really been a fan of the stereo, but in saying that, you know, it's something you get to live with, sort of thing. You can live with it. But it's got everything you need in it, guys. It's you know, I like the fact that it's got the hard cover at the back, and it's electronic, even better. And if you have a listen to the road noise, we're doing about 60 k's now, guys. It's pretty quiet, isn't it? It just seems to be a quiet cabin, like they've sound deadened it. And also like things like the ambient lighting, like I showed you before in the back. It's just quite a nice little add-on or feature that you wouldn't see in something like a Toyota. You'd see it in a Mercedes or an Audi or something, but you wouldn't see it in a Toyota. So yeah, it's interesting, like Toyota's going a little bit more upmarket with their, and the Rogue is up there, I will say that. The I know you get a lot of hard plastics. You do get this nice trim piece that goes along the dash there and along the doors, and that's quite a nice little change from all the black plastics. Most cars will have the black plastics, obviously, but the Hilux Rogue makes it a bit more enjoyable and a bit more homely. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, thanks guys.